Alright, so as you can see, we added a Radius server. I'm going to be looking at AAA security, authentication, authorization, and accounting. But before we even talk about Radius server, we're going to actually first demonstrate this thing on our router. So we have remote access setup, we have passwords and encryption, etc. setup. What we want to do first and foremost is to go into our router and configure. Let's put Cisco here. That's my password. Enable password also. Right, I think my enable password change is CISCO1234 because it's now secret. And I'm going to do a show run to first and foremost get rid of my logon configuration, to remove login all entirely. As you can see, enable secret is set up. What we want to do is to remove the login information for our VTY lines and leave it log on local. Alright. So before we do that, we're going to remove we're going to conf t. We're going to select align console 0. We do 1 first, and we say no logon. Alright. And if you are supposed to type login, press a question mark. We see we have an option here to log on. I'm going to see if I could do this again. Login space question mark. I did not get in this particular command that I want to do. Let's do it over again. Login. Go space and a question mark. Right, so we see the option here that we could log on local. Alright, while we remove the no logon command. Before we do that, let me try this. Let me exit. In fact, I wouldn't exit. I'll just put logon local, and then we do a show run afterwards. I'm going to end, and then I'm going to do a show run. Oh, copy run start first, and show run, and see if those lines have been removed first before we set up a user. Let's see if we get the option here that tells us the logon local. Right, so we still see the password showing up, so we have to remove that password entirely, and we're going to show you how to do that afterwards. But before we do, let's create a user. Go to conf t, and I'm going to create a username. So I'm going to put username. I'll put Roger. Alright. I'm going to press a space and question mark to see what we could set here for the user. So we're not going to use the word password or privilege. We could use security because we already have security enabled when we put in the secret password. So we're going to put username Roger, and we put secret, and put his password as Cisco. Alright. Let's do a show run. Copy run start first. Show run. And see if we're seeing Roger name showing up here. Right, you see the username Roger here show up. And we will test this hypothesis just now. Alright, to see if it works. Alright. But we still need to get rid of these passwords, these level 7 password, and just leave it by the default logon local. So what do we do? So we go to conf t, and we will put line console 0. Alright. We put no password. Alright. Exit. Exit. Copy run start. show run and see if we successfully remove line console 0 and leave it to log on local. Right, so your first assignment class, for those who listened here, is to remove this password here and leave it to log on local on line VTY04. Alright, so let's exit and we're going to reload, and you see the asking here for username, and the username is Roger. The username is Roger. Alright, and you type his password first and foremost. Alright, oh my bad, username Roger. We're getting now into privilege exec mode, and we type the privilege exec mode password. And now we're in global configuration mode conf t. And as we can see, for this tutorial here, we have set up a username, right? And we also set up an a password, secret password for username Roger, right? And at this level now, we could do administrators with different levels of authorization too as well. Alright, so when we get back now to the last tutorial in securing the router, we will create another user account, alright, for another user.